Now that you guys have successfully completed that, you are still in Freetown, which again is a very small, kind of little out-of-the-way village. Not a lot of people there, and it's even poorer now because you just took all their money.
and I gave back all their fucking silverware.
Yes,
and shit.
you gave back all like the little treasures, but those were not worth nearly as much as what they paid you.
I also got an owlbear head.
Yes, you did, which you are now hanging off of your horse.
I'm guessing we're waking up from the inn. We're meeting down.
Okay, then yeah, you're waking up the next morning. So all of your stuff is recharged, and if you had lost health, then you gained a good amount of it back.
I'm gonna go and take Kane's donkey for a spin.
Okay, like I said, you've probably got about 10 minutes, so you're going to try and ride the donkey.
I got a roll to try and ride the donkey?
Well, are you trying to ride the donkey?
Yes.
Okay, so you're going to have to do two things, probably. You're going to have to probably unhitch it from the cart, which it is still hitched to. And then you're going to have to roll to, successfully ride it so it doesn't buck you off.
I'm going to take the harness off, and I'm going to try to ride it.
Okay, make a roll. The donkey's going to roll against you.
I rolled the 17 again.
Okay, the donkey rolled an 8, so you do successfully manage to ride the donkey with very minimal problem. Where are you going to take the donkey?
I'm going to take it around the village.
So you're around the village, everybody kind of heralds you as a hero because of what you did, because they were afraid and they thought there was a dragon and stuff like that, even though technically you didn't actually go on that adventure. And Belnos, you are riding around town, and we'll see if any of the villagers have anything for you. That's a 4. Nope, they just thank you and wave.
I have one more action to do. I want to make a drift for the donkey.
You're going to have to make a riding roll, to try and make it so that the donkey does not, buck you off, or you don't fall off of it by making the maneuver.
15.
What?
You rolled a 15?
Yeah.
So you do successfully manage to drift around one corner using the donkey. However, the donkey is probably not going to let you do that again.
Alright, guys, what's the plan?
You are talking to yourself and the goose.
He just looks at the goose. I don't think you're gonna answer. He just walks out the room.
The goose is sad.
Right. Why is it the Mexican fucking riding the donkey?
Because he knew. He knew. You're going to Spellweaver Academy, which is the place that Ishmale said where you can find the crystal ball that'll tell you where the first artifact is. So that's where you're going now, is to meet Ishmale outside of the academy. So you guys are going to leave, and you're going to continue on to Spellweaver Academy. However, I'm going to have to make a roll to see if you come in contact with anything along the way. You do not. So 2 days later, you arrive on the outskirts of Spellweaver. So like I said, you guys continue on, and you come to what looks like kind of a small little, almost like a shopping village kind of deal that's outside Spellweaver Academy. It's basically where all the initiates go and spend money and drink and whore and all that stuff. So it's a town that's basically built around the idea of disposable income. And it doesn't really have a name attached to it. It's just kind of just a town that's right outside the academy, so it's still considered academy grounds to an extent. But it has the Spellweaver Academy itself is off, kind of tucked in the hills a little bit, but you can see the massive mage spire that's coming up in the middle of it. There's a whole complex of buildings around it. It's a fairly large area, and then they have a big wall, and then outside that wall is the town you're looking at. You can see an area where there appears to be several gates.
I'm gonna leave the first decision to Hoden.
It's a bad idea. Hoden's a fucking airhead, bro. He's not gonna fucking...
So, he's giving the ball to you. Do you want to take that, or you just want to go in the village and see what's up?
I'm gonna go find the guy that we're supposed to meet.
So you still have the little domino-shaped tracking device that starts to vibrate and glow, and it looks like it's pointing towards a local whorehouse.
Perfect.
So
he just walks into the whorehouse. Ladies, come bearing gifts.
The house madame walks up to you. Hello there.
I'm looking for a little ominous-looking fellow. Goes by the name of Ishmale.
Oh, we don't ask our customers their real names here.
He would be kind of creepy looking,
He is upstairs, but he's indisposed at the moment.
That's perfect. How much for one of these fine ladies? He likes to have group affairs.
That depends on what you would like.
Got any You know, I like them a little chocolatey. You know what I mean?
Okay.
A little swirl in my vanilla.
She looks to her left and she claps her hands twice, and then 4 girls come out, each roughly fitting your description.
All right, so we didn't settle on a. I know you want to feel the fiber of my fabric, man. How much?
For 1 or for 4?
Let's go with the latter.
For 4. Well, each one of these girls is 20 gold a night.
Ugh.
Don't tend to deal with low-income customers.
What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say, sir, that I would like you to make your business and leave. You smell like a flea dog.
I beg your pardon, man. I am not poor. As he starts fucking pulling lint
And
out of his
maybe you
pocket.
would like to go to the bath next door first.
Perhaps I want to have one of these fine young ladies give me a bath.
Now you're thinking correctly. Now that is a bit of a different cost. Now we do a combo because my husband owns the bathhouse next door. So, if you would like all 4 girls to give you a bath and then show you the worldly pleasures, that is 50 gold for the whole deal.
Now you're speaking my language. Yeah, he's gonna buy them. Totally forgot all about Ishmale.
Hodin buys 4 whores. Roll Constitution to see. Actually, no, you're going to get a boost to your Constitution because of the very lovely bath that they give you, which I'm going to roll for. So they rolled. So they gave you a really good bath. They got a 16. So they're going to give you. So you're going to get a +4 to Constitution, and then after that, you're going to have to roll Constitution to fuck all.
Fair enough. Let's see. So we got to do that 4 times. 1. All right, so that's 17 for the first one.
All right, she is thoroughly satisfied.
That is 6 for the next one.
The next one, it's the sloppy second, so she understands.
Nat 20 on the third one.
That is your second wind right there. You may have actually made that one fall in love with you.
And a 7 on the fourth one.
Okay, and you finish off on a whimper. However, you did satisfy 50% of the women to a very successful degree. And the one that you rolled a nat 20 on, that was a 1, so she is not attached to you at all, but she did have a very good time. So, Raka, that's where you're spending like the next 4 to 5 hours, at least?
I'm just going to lead the horses and the donkey to the stables, pay for the night, and just let them graze on like hay and shit.
Okay, so that's your first day there in the area outside Spellweaver Academy.
Hodin wakes up next to these fine ladies. That was a good night, man. Yeah, so now Hodin's just gonna go to Ishmael's room now. He's in a good ass mood. He's ready to go.
All right. As you walk out of your room, you notice that in the room next to you, Ishmale walks out in his skivvies.
Hey, man, what's up? I see you had yourself a good time too.
What the hell were you doing next door, man? It sounded like there was a bear getting mauled in there.
Hodin just shh, like waves him on in.
He comes in with you.
Look, man, 4 of them, 1 time.
Damn. How much did you drop for that shit? I just got a nice one for like 15 gold.
15 gold? This was 50. This was nice. And they gave me a bath too, man. I smell like roses.
Oh man, I should have gotten that. I just smell like sweat and balls. Anyway. Did you bring your mage friend?
You're talking about the little guy, right?
Yeah, the gnome.
Yeah. He's here, man. Like,
all right, where is he? Is he in another room?
I think he's outside.
All right. I'm gonna get dressed, and then we'll go find him, and then we can discuss how to go about this. I've been scouting out this town for a little bit, so I might have some info.
Nice. All right, I'm gonna go wait by the carriage. I'll meet you there.
I'm going to look for the carriage.
Perception roll. So you rolled a 1. So in looking for the carriage, you don't find the carriage. However, you find what appears to be a sign that says "the empty carriage," which looks to be an abortion clinic.
I'm going to try and pick up some lonely ladies.
He seems like a lady.
It is currently closed since it's first thing in the morning.
Zuckerberg.
I'll leave one of those in. Each one of those emeralds you have is worth 1,500.
How many emeralds do you have?
I have 8.
He has 8 remaining. Yeah, he's.
And you're worried about rations? Are you stupid?
Alright, I'm just gonna pet the donkey. I'm gonna go to fucking see if there's like a fucking jeweler somewhere.
Okay, you're gonna have to roll perception to see if you can find it.
God damn it!
There probably is in the city though. You
I rolled a 14.
find what looks to be a form of a pawn shop, not necessarily jewelry, but they can probably appraise it at least and get you a decent amount of money.
Yeah, I'm good then.
Hoden, you have now. Ishmale has come outside. He's dressed back up in his normal garb, and he is eager to meet your mage friend and anybody else that you brought with you. He knows, and also he asks where Malric is.
I don't know, man. They were supposed to be right here next to the carriage. Well, there's Guile, man. Guile, where's Malric?
Say over there.
You point the general direction.
I'm gonna give the donkey a fucking apple.
All right, perception to see if you can find an apple tree. I think you do actually have fruit though that's in the.
Well, I got a 19 anyway, so.
All right, you find an apple tree that appears to be growing next to a fruit stand.
Yeah, just give the fucking donkey one.
You feed the donkey the apple. So Ishmale brushes by you guys, and he also beckons Hoden to follow him.
All right. Yeah, Hoden comes up.
All right, so you guys travel, but you still do not see Kane or Belnos there at all.
Perception check to find those little fuckers.
Okay. Ishmale is also going to make a perception. Ishmale rolled a 7. He has no fucking clue.
I rolled a 12.
You don't know where they are, but maybe you think you might be able to find out.
Hey, lady. You seen a little gnome walking around anywhere? Really, which way did he go?
They walked out and they went down the street to the right a little ways. I can't really see too much past the door.
You can't see too much past the door. Well, I got something for that. Here, have a lolly.
No!
All right, hang on. Before we do this, so I'm going to see if she recognizes what that is. She rolled an 8. She does not. Oh, thank you. And she then immediately puts the lollipop in her mouth.
Yep, Hoden winks and just walks the fuck off after Kane.
All right, Constitution save. Let's see. All right, she rolled a 2. Okay, because you're just dumping that and leaving, right?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. If you come back, maybe you'll find out what happened later. All right, so you go out and tell Ishmale, and you guys continue down the road to the right. Again, it's not a terribly huge village, but you do manage to make it to the manure plant where you find Kane and Malric looking around, unable to find you. However, now you have found them, so you're all together, except for Guile, who's back at the carriage. Hello.
At least we got our wizard and stuff. Let's go get Guile, our muscle, because even though a little dude can shoot cool little magic missiles and shit, when orc comes up, kicks him like a football, man, he goes flying. He goes our wizard, bro.
Alright, so you guys are going to go back to Guile, so you, again, Hoden and Ishmale know where he is, so they can lead and everybody else back. So Ishmale then gathers you all together and has you kind of tries to explain what he has found out already. So basically, he's scouted out the Spellweaver Academy. The only way to get in is one of the gates. The walls are almost unscalable, and they have magical archers all along the edge. You're going to get hit with magic missiles 1,000,000 times over if you can't get over that wall stealthily. So each one of those gates, they only let in actual magic students. The only way to do that is you have to learn the magical sign in order to get in. Basically, Ishmale pulls out this little scroll that he's drawn the magical symbol on, and he says, they hold out their hands, and this little image pops up, almost like you can put your hand through. And they present this, and then they get let in. And apparently the only way to learn the proper spell is to get the appropriate scrolls. However, I have located somebody who's willing to sell me a scroll. I'm going to go meet with him later on this evening.
Why does everything with you, Ishmael, take like 6 hours to get through? Just saying, man. For a man of your skill, you should be faster, bro. I don't have nearly enough drugs.
Do you know how many days I spent in that whorehouse?
It's probably like knowing you, probably like 6.
Tried
12. 12, see? But wow, man, that's a long time. That's
I worked here in 2
golden
days,
night.
damn it, and then I've just been having sex since then. Yeah,
Got you there, bro.
I'm kind of in the red a little bit. I need us to find this thing.
We need to. It seems like you need some cash flow, man. Well, hopefully we can help you out with that.
We
Let's
need to
split up
go
and
get.
look for
So
clues.
basically, he says that you need to meet him at a local inn called the Mage Wand, and once you get there, then he can buy that from his buyer, and hopefully he can have Kane learn it so that he can actually get in. He also suggests that because him and Malric and Hoden are all rogues, you guys might be able to do stealth rolls and sneak in over the wall and maybe get inside that way.
Well, Hoden will actually probably look for some kind of sewage system because that would be the easiest way to get in.
Okay.
Yeah, I was about to
So
propose
you're going
that.
to do a perception roll?
Yep.
I'm
Okay.
gonna roll perception as well.
Okay, so you two guys are going to roll perception.
I rolled a 7.
All right, then. Fuck it, let me roll. I'm 18.
I rolled
18.
a 17, so
Okay,
So-
so Hoden, you found what appears to be a storm drain that has been filled with rocks.
Oh, fuck,
Kyle,
man.
Kyle and Malric, however, do locate what appears to be a sewage pipe or some kind of a protrusion coming out that's draining water from almost the underside. That is seems like your best entrance.
that
There
was-
is a metal grating over it. Raka, you can choose to go with them and check that out, or you can stay. Kane, you're probably going to need to go with Ishmale to get the scroll, which he's planning on doing now.
Okay.
I'm going to buy a saw to saw the grate to, cut the grate.
So you want to buy a hacksaw to cut the grate. So you're going to have to go and find it.
I'm gonna go with
attack.
Kane just in case like they try to run off with Gnome Nap Kane.
Okay. So you're going to go to the meeting with Kane. So Kane, you have acid arrow. So actually, before you do that, do you want to go to the sewer grate and see if you can actually melt through it?
Yeah.
You can try and do acid arrow on the grate to see if you can actually get through it. So you're going to roll 5 d4s actually over the course of time, since you're doing it out of combat.
That is 2. That's another 2, so that's 4. That's a 3, so that's 7. That's a 2, that's 9. And that's a 4, so that's 13.
All right, so the steel grating actually only had about 15 HP basically from the acid. So you've eaten through a decent amount of it. You guys might be able to roll strength rolls like Guile or somebody to like break it apart. Still
All
gonna.
right, let
I
me
just kick it open.
let me see if I can break it.
Are you gonna try and break it? By the way, the acid is now dissolved itself, so you can grab the bars if you would like.
Fucking bend bars. Let's go 7%. That's a 90, and that's a 90 again.
45 for me.
So you roll the 99. You rip those bars apart. There's no bars there.
Okay.
All right, so you now have a clear path into the sewers. However, Ishmael says you still need to go meet the guy. So if Guile, you said you wanted to go with Mick along, so
Yeah.
that leaves Hoden and Malric if they would like to explore the sewer, or if they would like to go do.
I'm going to explore the sewer, see if there is anything that would inconvenience.
Hoden, are you coming along?
Yeah, he's gonna go with Malric and explore the sewer.
Okay, so while you guys are doing that, Ishmael is going to take Guile and Kane to meet up with his contact, which is in the tavern. Anyway, they go to the tavern. So you guys are there. You walk in. Ishmael is going to roll perception to see if he can find his contact. He rolls a 14. He finds a man who appears to be sitting by himself, sipping a flask of ale. He's not wearing any kind of a cloak or anything. He looks just kind of like a commoner. He's in like kind of generic common person clothes. And he doesn't really look up at all from his drink when you guys sit down. He just kind of sits there and just keeps sipping his drink. Do you guys want to do anything, or you want to let Ishmael do the talking?
Let us talking.
Ishmael looks at the guy and says, "You got what I need? You got what I'm paying for?" The guy kind of looks up from his drink and takes out what looks like a small little scroll of paper that's it has like a little tie around it, so it's shut. And he looks up and says, "Money, 25 gold." So Ishmael takes out a small little pouch of 25 gold, hands it over to the guy, and then takes the scroll. The guy then grabs the gold and begins to walk out of the room. Ishmael is going to roll a dexterity check because he's going to very quickly open the scroll. He rolls an 11. After he opens the scroll, he sees that it is completely blank. He then shows you guys very quickly as the guy begins to walk out the door.
I'm chasing after him.
Okay, roll for strength to see how fast you can get to him.
That's a 17.
Right. I'm just having Kane roll to see what he wants to do.
I mean, I'll try, but I got tiny leg.
I rolled a 17 to catch up to him.
I'll roll just to try and catch up to him. I don't need to kill him.
All right, you can roll.
What?
Yeah, his fucking little stubby legs.
You fall off the seat that you're sitting on and just kind of land on the floor in a heap. You don't take any damage, but your ego is thoroughly bruised. Ishmale is going to roll as well, and Ishmale rolls an 18, so Ishmale is right along with you, Cham, and chasing the guy out the door. So he is going to run, or you catch up to him, so you still keep line of sight, but he's going to run around the back of the building. And then as you get to the back of the building, you are greeted with 4 additional guys who are all armed, and the guy you were talking to takes out a dagger. Everybody,
I'm going to pull out my sword. I'm like, I am not in a good mood.
Roll for intimidation.
Give me my scroll.
All right, roll for intimidation. What did you roll?
It's a 20.
To intimidate them. They all immediately drop their swords, and the man that's walked away with the gold drops to his knees, presents the appropriate scroll to you, and then begs for his life.
I'm also demanding the gold we just spent.
He also gives you the gold very easily because you rolled the nat 20. So he hands you the gold and the appropriate scroll.
No, which hand did he steal? Did he take the?
That would have been his right hand.
I'm cutting off his right hand.
That's going to be a targeted attack, so you're going to need to roll for that. He's also in a prone position, so you're going to get pluses to that attack roll.
Oh, that's a 15.
All right, so you're going to roll a 16 then, so that will hit. You're going to need to roll damage.
13.
Yes, you successfully remove his hand, which is also the same hand that is still holding the bag of gold. So that drops to the ground. He then begins screaming as blood pours out of his empty stump.
I'm going to like pretty much snarl like, get the fuck away from me.
Okay, so they then immediately run off, as well as the man without the hand. The hand is still sitting on the ground with the gold bag still in it. And he dropped the other scroll on the ground.
Fucking, I'm going to grab the scroll, give it to Mick.
Kane is there now.
And I'm going to give the gold to Ishmale.
So he gets that 25 back. And Kane, you now have the scroll, which you then open and see what looks to be magical writing on it. It may be some kind of an enchantment. You're going to have to roll for your linguistics to see if you can read it. Okay, so I think he has Elvish as a language. So if you have Elvish as a language, you can read it. And basically, it's just instructions on how to create the spell. It's a very not necessarily basic, but it's an articulate vision spell or illusion spell. So what you're going to have to do is you're just going to have to roll a d20 to see if you learn it. I believe at your current level, you have an 80% chance of learning it.
Okay, well, let's give it a shot. I hope a 19's good enough.
That is very good enough. You immediately are able to make the sign. And Ishmale is pleased. He also says that he has some clothes stashed for you back at his room at the inn, so you can sneak in as a new recruit for the college, because only the people from the college apparently know how to use that sign. It's very well guarded. So next it's Hoden, and you and Hoden are going to explore the sewers. So you immediately, when you look down, it looks like a relatively straight pipe for a long ways, but there's basically like ankle deep water that's in it, that's flowing out of the end of it, and it looks kind of gross. You guys are able to continue down the tunnel, and you do see that there appears to be a few little breaks in the tunnel. Like there's a couple of pathways that go off to the left and right as you keep going down. You're not 100% sure where you are in relation to being underneath the college. However, you can assume that by the time you get to these bends, you're inside the walls.
Alright, I'm going to mark the tunnel with some of my chalk, like draw a cross on the wall.
Okay, you do.
So if we need to turn back, we can just go until we find the mark. Which paths do we take? Do we have?
You have 2 on the right and 2 on the left.
Odin.
I say we go on the right, man.
So I'm going to draw a line on the furthest one on the right, so we know we took that one already.
Okay, so you're going to take the furthest one on the right. Alright, you don't find anything down the pathway, however, it looks like it leads to another junction. There's one path leading to the left, one path leading to the right, and one path leading straight forward. You have not found an exit as of yet. Are you also going to mark this area?
I'm going to draw an arrow.
You do that.
Right, which path now? I call for going straight.
Yeah, he's gonna go along with that one.
Alright, so this time you do find an exit. There appears to be a ladder, a metal ladder that's on the side of the tunnel that leads up to what looks like a manhole cover.
Alright, we should check and see where this leads.
The other thing is the manhole cover appears to be made of stone. It has a couple little holes in it for drainage, but it's probably going to be pretty damn heavy to lift off. Alright, so you guys do both have crowbars.
Alright, so use the crowbar to open a little bit of the manhole and check.
Alright, you're going to have to roll strength, and you're going to get a bonus because of the tool, so that'll be a +2.
Roll the 16 again.
Okay, so that would be 18 with the bonus. So you are successfully able to pry the cover open enough to see out of it and around the general area. It is still daytime, so you can see out into the street pretty clearly. You're going to have to roll perception to see if you see anything of interest.
4.
Okay, you see a pile of horse crap that's sitting immediately in front of the manhole cover. Malric, Hodin, you are also up by there. You can roll perception as well if you choose.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I got an 18.
Nice.
Okay, you see past the horse turd, and you can tell that inside that you seem to be inside the walls. You see that there looks like there are a few kind of almost like mage dormitories or housing areas for them that are in there. That's mainly what it is. It looks like you're in the dorm area of the academy. Now you guys have found a way in, so again, you can, if you want to keep searching the sewers, you can, or you can go back to the entrance and meet up with the others. They're going back to the original inn now.
I had the fucking hand in my. I'm like holding the hand. I'll just put it in my pack for now.
Okay, so you have the severed hand in there.
Alright, Malric, so the dormitory's right above our heads.
There should be another pipe that leads towards the dormitory.
I bet you if I popped up, man, there's probably like young kids up in there. I could probably make a shitload off this bud, bro.
Also add this, when you were looking around for your perception to look at the places, you also noticed that the dormitory that was outside appeared to have a sheep on it as a symbol. You don't necessarily know what that means, but you noticed that there was a plaque that was outside of the main dormitory door that was next to the sewage pipe that had a sheep.
I don't think I want to go into the place with the sheep logo, man. It just doesn't sound like my kind of people. Get to pick any animal in the world and you pick a fucking sheep, man? Fuck this place, bro. Mages are stupid.
So you guys successfully leave the sewer and you meet up with the others back at the original inn.
Fucking, I'm just gonna go to freaking Hodin like, hey, can I get a hand? Like, give him the fucking severed hand.
Okay.
Yo, where'd you get this, bro? He slaps Malric with it. Like, he's not trying to hurt him with it or anything. It's alright, so I rolled a 10.
And I rolled a 19 for save.
You rolled a 19. All right, so you swing it at him, but he moves out of the way fast enough where it doesn't hit him. He's also kind of grossed out. As you're joking around, a man appears to walk out who looks very familiar to you, or at least to a few of you. And he has a stump for a hand that is now wrapped up in gauze. He takes one look at you and then immediately sprints in the opposite direction.
I'm gonna grab the hand and I'm gonna chuck it out of the back of his head.
All right, so that's gonna be a target attack, and that's gonna be your dexterity.
Well, that's a 19.
Okay, so it does hit.
That's a 6 anyways.
Okay, you beam him with his own hand. He is then knocked unconscious, and the hand lands next to him.
I'm just going to like stick it out and just shove the hand up his ass.
That's going to be a strength roll to do that.
God damn it!
He's also unconscious.
Well, that's an 18.
You pull down his drawers. You take his own hand with 2 of the fingers protruding. Also, keep in mind, rigor mortis has set in, so those are going to stay in the right position. Then you proceed to shove it up his rectum. He is unconscious, and he will not know about this until well after he has woken up.
Hello.
I'm just gonna go back to the fucking group.
I'm just gonna like sit there after seeing that. Just gonna take another hit off of a joint. Just what the fuck, man?